Let's start. True if the statement agrees with the information, then it is true. False if the statement contradicts the information, then it is false. Not given if there is no information on this in the passage, then that statement is not given. So question number 32, for the earliest tribes the concept of sufficiency was more important than the concept of quantity. So the earliest tribes is the keyword and the concept of sufficiency is the keyword. Sufficiency means enough, and the concept of quantity is the keyword. The concept of quantity means the concept of quantity refers to the numbers. Let's try to find the answer for the question number 32. It is possible to learn the sequence of events that led to our developing the concept of number, even the earliest of tribes. So here we have found the word earliest of tribes. It is the key word because in the question we have already read the word earliest tribes. Had a system of numeration that, if not advanced, so we can say that the earliest tribes had a system of numeration, but that system was not much advanced. Was sufficient for the task that they had to perform. Our ancestors had little use for actual numbers. So one thing is clear, that our ancestors had little use of numbers. They were not in the habit of using numbers much. Instead, their considerations would have been more of the kind, is this enough, rather than how many when they were engaged in food gathering. So the word instead is written here. It means that our ancestors' focus was on anything else instead of numbers. Instead, their considerations would have been more of the kind, is this enough? So the word enough is written here. Enough represents the word sufficiency. The word how many represents the word quantity. How many when they were engaged in food gathering. So we can say that the focus of earliest tribes was on the enough availability of the things, not on the quantity of people who do any kind of work. So the answer for the question number 32 is true. because in the question it is written, for the earliest tribe the concept of sufficiency means enough, was more important than the concept of quantity. That the people of earliest tribe think that the enough availability of things is more important than the number of people who do any kind of work or job. So the answer for the question number 32 is true. Question number 33. Indigenous Tasmanians use only 4 terms to indicate numbers of objects. So the indigenous Tasmanians is the keyword and use only 4 terms. 4 terms is the keyword. Let's try to find the answer for question number 33. Evidence of early stage of arithmetic and numeration can be readily found. The indigenous people of Tasmania. So we have found the keyword, and that is indigenous peoples of Tasmania were only able to count 1 to many. So here is the word many is written, and in the question section we have read indigenous Tasmanians use only 4 terms, and in the passage we have read indigenous peoples of Tasmania were only able to count 1 to many. So the answer for the question number 33 is false. Let's read the question number 34. Some peoples with simple number systems use body language to prevent misunderstanding of expression of number. So some people is the keyword, use body language is the keyword. So for the word body language there may be the word gestures. Prevent means resolve. It means that some people use gestures or body language to resolve any kind of misunderstanding or confusion. Let's try to find the answer for the question number 34. Those of South Africa counted 1, 2, 2 and 1, 2 toes and 1 and so on. But in real situations, the number and words are often accompanied by gestures. So here we have found the keyword gestures, and in the question section the word is used body language. In real situation, but in real situations, the number and words are often accompanied by gestures to help resolve any confusion. And in the question section, the word prevent misunderstanding is written, and here the words resolve any situation confusion is written. So the answer for the question number 34 is true. Question number 35. All cultures have been able to express large numbers clearly. So word clearly is the keyword, and all cultures is the keyword. The lack of ability of some cultures to deal with large numbers is not really surprising. The lack of ability, it means that some cultures were not able to deal with large numbers clearly. The lack of ability, that they don't have any kind of ability, they don't have any kind of skill. The lack of ability of some cultures to deal with large numbers is not really surprising. It means that some cultures do not have the ability to deal with the large numbers. And in the question we have read, all cultures have been able to express large numbers clearly. So the answer for the question number 35 is false. Question number 36. The word thousand has Anglo-Saxon regions. So the word thousand is the keyword and Anglo-Saxon region is the keyword. By origin we mean belonging of anything, that anything belongs to some tribe, culture, or something like that. The word thousand has Anglo-Saxon origins. Let's try to find the answer. So first of all, we have to find the Anglo-Saxon. By the 17th century, the word 10 had become interchangeable with the tangent or horn of the Anglo-Saxon language. So we have read about the word 10, not 1000. And so 100 was denoted as 100 turning or 10 times 10. And the second word is 100. Still we have not read about the word 1000. So it means that the answer of the question number 36 is not given, because 10 and 100 are mentioned in the passage and the word 1000 is not mentioned. So the answer for the question number 36 is not given. Question number 37. In general, people in 7th century Europe had poor counting ability. That the people of Europe in 7th century, they were not able to count things. So the 7th century is the keyword and poor counting ability is the keyword. Let's try to find the answer for the question number 37. The average person in 7th century in Europe was not, here we have found the answer, was not as familiar with numbers as we are today. So we can say that the people of Europe in 7th century were not familiar with the numbers as we are in these days. So the answer for the question number 37 is false. Sorry, the answer for the question number 37 is true, because the question is people in 7th century Europe had poor counting ability, that the people of the Europe have no ability to count things. And in the passage we have also read the average person in 7th century in Europe was not as familiar with numbers as we are today. Let's move to the question number 38. In the Tissimician language, the numbers for long objects and canoes is expressed with the same word. So for the word long object means different kind of things, and canoes means boats. In the Tishimishan language, the number for long objects and canoes is expressed with the same word, and the same word is the keyword. Let's try to find the answer for question number 38. The numeration system of the Tishimishan language. In British Columbia contains 7 distinct sets of words. So here we have read that there were 7 sets of words. And in the question section we have read the same word means only one word. And in the passage we have read 7 distinct sets of words. The numeration system of the Tishimishan language in British Columbia contains 7 distinct sets of words. So the answer for the question number 38 is false. Question number 39. The Tishimishan language contains both older and new systems of counting. So the keywords are older and new systems of counting. Let's try to find the answer. So this paragraph is about the Tishimishan language. It seems that the last is a later development, while the first 6 groups show the relics of an older system. So we have to read that it seems that the last is a later development, while the first 6 groups show the relics of an older system. So the word last means last set of numbers, and the word first 6 groups means the older group of numbers. So we can say that the Tishimishan language has older group of numbers, and last means modern, new. It seems that the last is a later development. Last means new, and first group means old. So it means that the Tishimishan language has both groups, old and new. So the answer for the question number 39 is true. Question number 40. Early peoples found it easier to count by using their fingers rather than a group of pebbles. So it means that the people of early age feel very easy by counting on their fingers rather than counting by the group of pebbles. Pebbles means small stones. Let's try to find the answer. Intermixed with the development of a number sense is the development of an ability to count. Counting is not directly related to the formation of a number concept, because it is possible to count by matching the items being counted against a group of pebbles. grains of corn are the counter's fingers. So we have read that early people found this necessary to count on the fingers or pebbles or grains of corn, but it is not mentioned in the passage which one is easy. So we can say that the answer for the question number 40 is not given. Early people found it easier to count by using their fingers rather than a group of pebbles. So we have not read about the easiness. So the answer for the question number 40 is not given.